Hello and welcome to Peggy's Tropical Garden, coming to you from the Florida Keys. Living in South Florida, it's been pretty easy to get the plants in the Costa Farms Trending Tropicals collection. Now that I've had all of them for at least a couple of months, I figured it'd be a good time to let you know how things are going with these plants. First up is the Philodendron Golden Goddess. Yes, this is a member of the Trending Tropicals collection. Now, I did have some people tell me that this is a Philodendron lemon lime. I'm not here to argue with Costa Farms about the naming of their plant. It's theirs. They named it Golden Goddess. That's what I'm going to call it. But it's a beautiful plant. And believe it or not, I've actually had some problems with this plant. I was surprised by it. I thought it would be relatively easy to care for, and now we're getting along fine. But for quite some time, all the new growth was coming out. As the leaves unfurled, it would brown and die. Now it's gotten in a rhythm. I don't move it. I don't touch it. I water it once every week and a half, and we're doing fine. Lots of new growth. And as you can see on this leaf, there's actually some variegation. Now, it's a beautiful plant. I love anything with the chartreuse, neon, lime, green, whatever you want to call it. I love these plants because they just add so much pop and so much color to your collection. It actually reminds me a lot of the Philodendron Thai Sunrise, which is what this plant is. The coloring in the leaves as well as the shape is kind of similar. And as you can see here, I have some variegation going on. It's very subtle, but you can see it in there. So very beautiful plant. I'm loving this plant, especially now that we're getting along a lot better. So there you go, the first plant. In fact, this was one of the first ones that I did get from the Costa Farms Trending Tropicals collection. And this one is a little harder to find. It's not available from what I found on most of the displays. And the next plant is this beautiful Calathea Musaica, also known as the Calathea Network. The first time I saw one of these on the internet, I wanted one. Then I found out it was a Calathea, which I know can be fussy, so I opted not to pursue it. But then Costa Farms goes and puts it in this Trending Tropicals collection. The price was so reasonable, I had to go on and pick it up. I purchased this one, I believed, at Walmart. And beautiful plant. I opted to put it in a self-watering pot because it needs a little more water than most of my plants. And so I didn't want it to die because I wasn't taking care of and watering it as frequently as it needed. So I put it in there. It's doing fine. It's been thriving. It's grown quite a bit since I purchased it. It's much larger than it was. And it's been easy peasy, no problems at all with this plant. It is actually in the path of a draft from my air conditioning vent, which has been on year round, and it's still no problem. I started to move it, but I was like, hey, it's not having any problems. I'm not going to cause any problems by moving it. But this Calathea, gorgeous. I mean, the pattern in the leaves reminds me of some kind of intricate lace or something. But this makes me want to go out and buy more Calatheas. Another favorite plant from this collection is this Begonia Maculata whitey eye. This angel wing begonia, absolutely gorgeous. Now, I passed this plant up one time when it was being offered in Lowe's because it's a begonia and I don't have any begonias, had no idea how to take care of a begonia. So I passed it up. I regretted it ever since. And then it's in this collection. Had to get it, reasonably priced, absolutely stunning plant. And it's been no problem at all. I opted to leave this plant out on my patio. I have a lot of plants out there, and it's so striking. I left it out there. We're in the Keys. It's very humid. The temperatures don't get really cold or anything like that. And it seems like the perfect conditions for this plant. I mean, I have so many new leaves unfurling on a regular basis. Here's one right here, and here's another one coming. So this plant has probably doubled in size since I purchased it, and I couldn't be more thrilled. It's still in the cocoa peat mixture that it was in when I purchased it. I did pull it out of the pot, look at the roots and everything, see if I saw any problems going on. Everything looked nice and healthy, so I opted to leave it in that planting medium. It's doing great. It's loving life. I water it like every week and a half, if that. And I guess with the humidity out there and stuff, it's not suffering at all, but it's taking care of itself. This plant is gorgeous. So, I mean, and so odd looking. And I love an odd looking plant. I mean, I don't even know what to compare it to, but it's, as you can see, it's very striking. The colors, the spots, everything. So again, I recommend this plant. If you have the opportunity to pick it up, definitely. And next, well, here's where we start with some problems. This is my Peperomia teardrop and I can't remember what it is, poly something. But as you can see, some of the leaves have this puckering on it. And I know a lot of people say use distilled water and it won't do that, or use rain. I do put my water through a 0 water filter. It gets all the chemicals out. I test it regularly. And this plant, I don't know what to say about it. I like it. It's lost a lot of leaves. It seems it hasn't lost any leaves lately. So it is doing better than it was. And the new growth is coming in nice and smooth. I did have to treat this plant for spider mites. It did not like the spray that I used. So some of the leaves have the little brown spots on the back. But I am getting new growth now. And like I said, the new growth is coming in. The leaves don't have the puckering. Hopefully, you know, it's out of the woods now and everything is going to be smooth sailing from here on. Because these plants are so neat looking when they're nice and full. So no love lost between me and this plant. Price was reasonable. It's a hard to find plant. I'm glad I was able to get it. I'm figuring it out. I love a good challenge with a plant, especially if it's something that I really like, and I really like this plant. So I want things to work out. So if you have any tips you want to give me on this Peperomia, feel free. Hey, no offense taken. I appreciate any help I can get. And I believe I also found this one at Walmart. And the only thing better than one ZZ Raven is 2 ZZ Ravens. And these are absolutely beautiful. Now, these are part of the Trending Tropicals collection from Costa Farms, but I did not find these at one of your big box stores. I purchased these when they were being offered on Amazon. And yes, both of them came in the white ceramic pots. I mean, just like you find them from the big box store from this collection. But yeah, these plants are amazing. I love the different colors. I mean, like when you get the new growth, it comes in as the light green, and then you get the mottling as it starts to turn the darker color on the tip of the leaves, and then it goes on. And I mean, look at that. I mean, I have had so much new growth from these plants. It's ridiculous. They are definitely thriving. They were nice and full when I purchased them, especially this one I have in the black nursery pot here. It was so big that it was like I couldn't get it out of the ceramic pot anymore because the pot was so misshapen from the growth in the pot. I mean, lots of tubers and everything going on. And it's still, you know, lots of tubers and everything going on. But I had to bump it up to this bigger nursery pot. And once I did that, this plant really took off. Easy care, indirect light, bright light, watering every, I would say, 2 weeks or so. And I don't run humidifiers or anything in my house, and these do grow inside, but just beautiful. I mean, when you put these in there with the rest of your bright green plants, your neons, and just your regular green and your variegation, and you put this dark colored plant in there with it, it just makes everything pop. And here we are with my Adansonii. This is another plant that is a part of the collection that I did not purchase from a big box store. I picked this up when they first started coming out from this collection, and Costa Farms was selling on Amazon, just like I bought the ZZ Ravens. And it has had some problems. It wasn't this skimpy when I got it. I ended up dividing it into 3 separate plants because, like I said, the leaves are having problems. I didn't want to risk losing the whole plant, so I divided it up. And as you can see, I mean, there's some puckering on the leaves. They yellow. They seem to have problems when they're unfurling. Some of them just die off. So don't really know what's going on with this. Have some suspicions, but going to work my way through it, hopefully. I really don't want to have to get rid of the plant, but I mean, I love it. All that fenestration. I mean, look at this plant. It's a gorgeous plant. And so hopefully it's going to turn around. I've treated it. I've done all kinds of things. This is one of the divisions that's growing outside. And as you can see, it's much fuller. It seems to be doing much better. It too was having the same problems initially. I have another one from the same plant that's about the same size as the one indoors, but there's hope for it. It's looking good. Next up is where we start having some problems. This is my fiddle fig. Had to treat it for spider mites. Didn't like the spray at all. But even before then, I had lost so many leaves on this plant. That's why it's out here all naked now. I ended up putting it out on my patio because it does better out there. I'm getting some new growth now, so that makes me feel a lot better about this plant because I thought this one was going downhill. I really like this, but I'd never had a fiddle fig of any kind. I heard that they can be fussy. Yeah, they can be very fussy, but I'm trying to work my way through it. Love this plant. They look so cute when they're full of leaves. And even like this, I like it, as long as I don't lose all of the leaves. But I'm working my way through this plant. Lots of new growth. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend this plant for a beginner. It's very finicky. I'm still working my way through it. And look at this one. My husband liked it so much, he purchased the second one. And this is what that one looks like. So clearly, fiddle figs are not my forte. I'm out of my lane with this plant. But I haven't even given up on the one with the sticks. I'm going to pull it out and see if there's some good roots there. And if so, I'm going to try my best to turn that one around also. I don't give up easily. So that is the Costa Farms Trending Tropicals collection. I believe I have to date everything that they've put out in the Trending Tropicals collection. I'm enjoying it. I love that they're doing this. All these hard to find plants that would cost you big money for reasonable prices. I don't feel bad giving things a try and things not quite working out when I didn't pay a huge amount of money, but of course I want them all to thrive and do well. So look for the Costa Farms collection in your area. No, this is not sponsored. No, I'm not getting anything from Costa Farms, but I am really loving this Trending Tropicals collection, and I hope they continue with it. So I found plants in Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart's, Publix grocery stores. So if you have somewhere that sells plants, I would definitely look for that Trending Tropicals displays. I still see them currently in stores, so don't give up hope if you haven't found them yet in your area. Hopefully you will. I don't have the inside track. I don't know anything, but to me, it's well worth looking for the plants in this collection. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. You stay well and enjoy your plants. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.